Welcome back to the show. I am so excited to talk to Renee about this particular segment. We've been talking about this all morning. Bradley Beal got screwed, I think. He was not included in the NBA's All-NBA team for the 2019-2020 season, despite the fact that he was second in the entire NBA in scoring, finishing only behind James Harden and ahead of every other NBA superstar in the league. His wife, Camilla Adams Beal, went on a Twitter rant basically saying the fact that he was not included in the All-NBA team, not only the first team and the second team, but he wasn't included on the third team either. He got snubbed all the way around. And she said, quote, Bradley Beal has been undervalued and quite frankly disrespected far too long. The numbers don't lie. I don't want to hear anything about the Wizards aren't winning the NBA. All-NBA is an individual accolade. And then she went on to say, I'm not here to say who shouldn't have made it, not my place. However, I am here and will continue to be very vocal on saying Bradley Beal is a bleeping all-star and all-NBA. Put some respect on his name. Now, of course, the NBA doesn't select the All-NBA team. Those are sports writers and broadcasters who vote on it. But this man, who was second in the league in scoring, how does he get left off all three All-NBA teams? Renee, please explain this to me.
Questions that need answers. And the reason I say this is because you got to pick a side. Like, if you're the NBA, you have to pick a side. Is it the single accolades? Like she said, this is an individual accolade. Does it connect to your team? So if it's because the Washington Wizards had a bad record, then we have to make that across the board always. The problem that people are going to have with that is all of a sudden now it matters that he was on a bad team.
Yeah.
You know, like we've seen this happen before where somebody's on a bad team and the individual makes an all-star. The individual makes first team, second team, third team. They have to find a way. She also went on to throw a little shade. She said, I wonder if the people that are voting could make a left-handed layup, a free throw, or a three-pointer. Keep that same energy, sis. I see you. Because the reason she's saying that is because the numbers don't lie. And a lot of times that's all people chase is the numbers. You know, they only judge things by the numbers. But he has the numbers, so what's the excuse this time?
Yeah, and like I think, and I hate when this happens, sports writers will come up with their own criteria, even though it's not a criteria set by the NBA. They're not going to vote for a guy who was on a bad team. The way I look at it is the Wizards, they were a really bad team. Without Bradley Beal, they would not have won anything close to the 25 games that they won. John Wall was out the entire year. So they would have been god-awful if it weren't for Bradley Beal. He willed them to a lot of the wins that they had. He got snubbed. There's no
he got snubbed. I think Mrs. Beal has a huge point. Like you said, Renee, I love the energy. I love that she's speaking up. Because a lot of people would just kind of be like, oh, that sucks. Let's move on to the next season. Not her.
I mean, it's not the politically correct age anymore. You know, like just looking how things are going, like people are like, you know what, I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it. Like that's how people feel because you could just literally go on Twitter and say it to the world. Like and just put your phone down and then have movie night. So I get it. There's no one that can argue against his numbers, so she definitely has a point.